There's something else, a lingering unease that tugs at him, the assumption that blood alone dictates his path. It's a misconception he cannot accept. Suho's words hit like a blade, cutting right through Ragnarok's pride. He lays it out, attacking him is a mistake. Suho's father, the Shadow Monarch, had already taken down the Monarch of Fangs, the sword's former master. It's a brutal reality check that shakes the sentient weapon to its core. Suho doesn't flinch. His eyes are set on the only goal that matters. Seeing his parents again, a promise buried under layers of cosmic conflict. For that, he's willing to make deals with old enemies, draw power from any source, no matter how tainted. The mission is simple: survival through alliance. You keep this place safe. I help you do it. The sword's rage is almost audible, vibrating against the stone as it wrestles with the sheer audacity of the offer. Cooperation with the blood of its greatest enemy. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but the logic is undeniable. The stakes too high to ignore. Suho's hand grips the hilt firmly. His expression is resolute, unshakable. As he turns, the heavy silence lingers, the unspoken alliance hanging in the air. Shadow and Fang, forced into a united front against the inevitable chaos. The scene shifts. A calm city under a bright sky, blissfully ignorant of the brewing storm. The past is colliding with the future, and Suho's steps echo with the weight of an uneasy truce. The cafe's quiet buzz surrounds Lim Do-gyun, the useless teacher, a pathetic E-rank scrub who somehow ended up as the sole survivor of yesterday's D-rank dungeon wipeout. He sits there, trembling hands clutching his coffee, but his eyes are fixed on the journalists in front of him. This is his moment. A sliver of spotlight that an E-rank like him doesn't deserve, but desperately needs. A chance to pay back the kid who saved his life. Lim's voice breaks the tension, reliving the chaos. Ambushes in the dark, his team's panicked screams, and Suho's unwavering resolve when everyone else had already given up. By evening, the internet catches fire. Headlines explode about the E-rank hunter who saved a strike team all by himself. It's all there. How he threw himself against magic beasts and pulled the wounded out of the dungeon one by one. The story spreads fast, sparking interest from guilds, hunters, and anyone looking for the next big name. In the shadowy offices of the Black Tortoise Guild, Lee Young-ho's management team is drowning in reports. Dungeons are more active than ever, and strike squads are stretched thin. An E-rank who did the impossible, fought off beasts, saved his team, and came out alive. The Black Tortoise Guild's office buzzes with disbelief. An E-rank hunter? If a big guild grabs this guy, it's headline gold, Lee Young-ho states, eyeing Suho's profile. A hero rising from the dregs of E-rank? That's a story worth its weight in PR. I'll contact him immediately. The guild's intent is clear. Suho's about to be thrust into the world of guild politics, where every move counts. The Black Tortoise Guild office is buzzing when Lee Young-ho's frustration cuts through the air. Suho's response to their offer has just come in. A flat-out rejection. Shock ripples through the room. An E-rank refusing a big guild? Unheard of. Meanwhile, Suho stands alone, his phone buzzing with offers. Every guild wants him, but only for the menial roles. Collector, porter, positions that keep him small. He's no fool. He knows his worth and isn't about to be boxed in. Suho sits back, cool and calculated, understanding the path laid out for him. Joining a guild would only hold him back, restricting his growth. No thanks. He's not about to be anyone's tool. But there's something else calling him, something far more powerful. Across the room, Raken's Fang, a blade with a dark, pulsing energy, stands before him, vibrating with restrained might. Suho grips the hilt, the room warping as a twisted bond forms. Shadows swirl, fusing with the Fang's aura, a merging of power unlike anything Suho's faced before. Raken's Fang bristles, uneasy, almost defiant. It senses the absurdity of Suho's confidence. Yet something about this alliance clicks. If this shadow, this boy, becomes an ally, not a foe, the limits of their power might just shatter altogether. Raken's Fang lays down a single demand: transport to another sanctuary of the Monarch of Fangs. Suho, unfazed, leans into the moment. He knows that if it's the sanctuary they're after, distance doesn't matter. Fang can sense the way, even if the gate has already vanished. It's a classic dungeon break. The sanctuary's become a twisted field-type dungeon, crawling with monsters that now own the Forsaken Grounds. Suho sends a quick text to his uncle, a vague assurance not to worry. It's not goodbye, just a preemptive alibi for the madness about to unfold. He grabs his gear, stepping into the night. With Fang by his side and his shadows trailing, they're headed straight for the heart of the chaos. The mountains loom under the moon's dim light, ominous, silent, and waiting. Suho stands before a towering gate, the Hyena Guild's mark scrawled in warning. It's private territory, off limits to outsiders, especially those uninvited. unguided, but Fang's pull confirms they're at the right spot. A cursed sanctuary concealed within a den of rogues. Razor wire coils above, a fitting perimeter for a guild run by thugs masquerading as hunters. Suho scans the area, unfazed by the Hyena Guild's reputation for ruthless enforcers. Beru impatient surfaces, urging Suho to abandon this detour and focus on leveling up. Ignoring Beru gripes, Suho's aura flares. He readies himself, eyes locked on the security cameras overhead. A swift flick of energy bends the device to his will, frying the circuits in a violent burst. Suho steps past the shattered surveillance, confident and calculating. Fang's compliment lingers. There's no hesitation in his actions, a trait reminiscent of a true monarch. Suho advances, his footsteps swallowed by the thickening fog, unnatural and foreboding. The fog, a product of magic from beyond this world, warps reality itself, forcing dimensional rifts to form. Fang explains how this chaotic mist connects realms, dragging beings like him from other worlds to Earth. Suho listens, his gaze sharp, as he realizes the full scope of what they're up against. Entities from the void drilling into their dimension, preparing for invasion. Suho smirks, understanding the delay in their arrival. The stronger they are, the longer it takes to breach the barriers. He's unfazed. There's a simple path forward. Level up, gain strength, and be ready for whatever comes next. With a calm resolve, he heads deeper, the silhouettes of beasts emerging from the shadows, snarling and ready to test him. The beasts charge with ferocity, razor-clawed Briga and Black Shadow Razan, snarling and eager to tear Suho apart. Their red eyes gleam in the dark, hungry for a kill, but Suho's expression remains cool as he shoulders the massive weapon on his back, Fang glowing with blue energy, eager for bloodshed. Fang's voice cuts through the tension, declaring it's time to unleash its power. But Suho smirks and dismisses the sword. Not today. I've already decided how I'll fight. The beast's surprise turns into disbelief as Suho drops into a stance, ready to rely on his own skills. Suho's fist ignites with a surge of power, his body moving with fluid precision. He recalls the basics from his tutorial, every movement sharp and calculated. His punches land with brutal impact, each blow connecting with devastating force. It's all muscle memory now. He's fighting instinctively, without hesitation. Ruler's authority activates, telekinetically manipulating the beasts with mid to long-range strikes. They're lifted and tossed like ragdolls, unable to keep up with the sudden onslaught. Suho channels his energy, raising his hand and summoning Fang's energy to enhance his next attack. With a swift, deliberate motion, Suho unleashes a sweeping slash. Skill, Storm Slash has been activated. Blades of energy whirl around like a cyclone, tearing through the air and ripping into the monsters. Suho's hand flares with black energy as he reaches forward. The shadows bend to his will, morphing into dark weapons. A heavy gauntlet materializes on his arm, pulsing with power. Sharp, jagged, and ominous. Shadows swirl around him, latching onto his movements, seamlessly adapting to his new fighting style. Beru floats nearby, eyes locked on Suho, his expression tense. Outstanding, young monarch. The sword beside him hums with dark energy, its form glowing with a sharp, blue light, recognizing the undeniable strength of its master's lineage. So this is the power of someone from the Shadow Monarch's bloodline. Suho's movements are relentless, tearing through the razor-clawed beast. The longer he fights, the stronger he gets, drawing power from each fallen enemy. Blades clash, and Suho's gauntlet crushes his foes with brutal efficiency. Each kill fuels his strength, his shadow magic growing fiercer with every swing. Surrounded, he commands 5 shadow soldiers, their forms twisted reflections of the beasts he's defeated. Their loyalty is absolute, bound by Suho's will. His intelligence stats boosted, he controls each one effortlessly. Beru is astonished, but slightly overwhelmed, tries to compare Suho's rising power to the Monarch's legions. But Suho, focused and unflinching, cuts him off sharply, commanding silence. Overhead, the sky darkens, winds whipping through the trees as Suho's presence grows ever more ominous, his grip on the shadows tightening. Suho and Beru stand in the shadows, overlooking a gated area bathed in dim light. The site is guarded, and at its center lies the gateway to the sanctuary. Hidden among the trees, Suho observes 2 men talking near a fire, clearly uneasy about their surroundings. The streets aren't empty. People mill around, restless and on edge. Even in the dead of night, this isn't a place for civilians. Suddenly, a truck rumbles through the entrance, headlights cutting through the darkness. Suho's instincts flare. Something's wrong. He watches intently as the vehicle stops and armed guards shove captives into a makeshift cage. Suho's heart pounds, fury rising. Among the captives, a woman's face catches his eye. fearful, defiant, and desperate. Suho's grip tightens as the reality hits, human trafficking, right in front of him. Beru warns him, hesitant, but Suho's already made up his mind. Without a word, Suho vanishes in a blur, leaving Beru stunned and the shadows rippling in his wake. In an instant, Suho appears behind the thugs, his figure cloaked in swirling black energy. Images of his father and grandfather flashes, men who fought against all odds, men who never hesitated when faced with injustice. Driven by that legacy, Suho strikes with blinding speed. His target, the trafficker holding a woman hostage, doesn't even register what's happening until it's too late. The thug looks up, eyes wide with shock, as Suho looms over him, an unstoppable force born from generations of righteous fury. Suho's face twists with raw rage, his eyes blazing with a fierce determination. Suho blitzes forward, shadows trailing his every move. His kick lands